Hi, welcome back to Mona Fitness channel. So today my topic is which way to walk and how to reduce weight loss through walking. So walking is very good for better health, and so now we start which way to walk. While power walking will probably be the most beneficial and convenient type of exercise for you to incorporate into your weight loss program. Other walking styles have their plus point too. Hill walking, for example, is great for burning fat while also building lower body strength and toning up those thighs. Together with hiking, it allows you to escape your regular routine and enjoy the simple pleasure of space, freedom, and fresh air outdoors. Nordic walking is excellent exercise for weight loss as the poles provide the upper body with a through workout and really take the intensity up a notch. Walking clubs are valuable for giving you peer group support, motivation in itself, and race and charity walks provide clear sighted goals to train towards and can also be extremely enjoyable events. Once you have reached a good level of fitness, try out these different styles to see which you enjoy and which will allow you to take you walking further. All bring great cardiovascular benefits, and while mixing different walking techniques, you will keep your program varied and interesting. For example, combining the different trainings of road walking and hill walking present a more rounded challenges for the body and guards against repetitive strains. Walking is a fantastic form of exercise which everyone can enjoy regardless of their age, as all you have to do is adapt the pace and environment to your level of fitness. There are so many ways you can very walk that I will be touching on only a few here. However, feel free to explore further. Nordic walking. Nordic walking is fast catching on as a serious fitness craze. It originated in Finland as a summer training method for cross country skiers and was then developed into a fitness exercise with a specific training equipment in cooperation with the Finnish sport equipment manufacturer Axel Ois, researchers in sport medicines, and other fitness professionals. The key to Nordic walking is the way it combines power walking with weight bearing. Sky-like poles, which can raise the intensity of your workout weigh as much as 20%. The poles are lightweight and make it possible for you to work your upper and lower body while power walking rather than just the legs. It is estimated that Europe already has 3.5 million committed Nordic walkers, and the activity is now regularly endorsed by politicians and businesses. Its ability to boost fitness level is well documented, and in Germany the government refunds the cost of attending a certified course for hospital outpatient, while two health insurance firms in Switzerland reward policy holders with financial bonuses if they attend Nordic walking courses. Nordic walking poles are flexible and specifically designed so that you use your arms to push off with them to propel yourself forward as you walk and then create extra resistance as you push against them when planting them into the ground. The complete range of movement means that the upper body is called upon to significantly more work than in other walking style. Indeed, enthusiasts say it uses 90% of the body's skeletal muscles compared to say swimming, which uses 35%, of running, which uses 70%. Increased muscle that translate as more energy extended and rarely maximize the calorie burning potential of a simple activity such as walking. The average Nordic walker one of to 46% more calories than a regular walkers. However, even though you are using more muscles group and expanding more energy, Nordic walking can actually feel easier than many other type of vigorous exercise as the effort is spread more evenly throughout the body. The intensity you walk at is determined by your upper body effort, and therefore you can walk in groups of varying fitness abilities and still work out at your optimal level. Nordic walking is a very social level activity, and while sharing fitness goal, you are far more likely to stick to your weight loss program, and you get the fresher benefit of being outside as well. Another benefit of Nordic walking is that the spine rotates as the pole swing in opposition to your stride, and this increases the mobility and strength of the spinal disc. The movement utilizes the large muscles of the back that pull down the shoulder blades, significantly reduces neck and shoulder tension and guarding against the onset of back pain. And because the arms that take more of the strain, a lighter load is placed on the knee and other lower body joints, allowing people of all ages to exercise with more comfort than during normal walking or jogging. Even when you are exercising extremely hard and placing a lot of weight on the arms, your rate of perceived exhaustion RPE during Nordic walking is often quite low, and it is surprising to find out just how hard your heart is working while you are feeling relatively comfortable. Wear a heart rate monitor when out walking, and I guarantee you will be pleasantly surprised. Nordic walking should be practiced for relatively long period, that is between half an hour and 2 hours at a time. The pace should be steady and the heart rate should rise to between 120 and 150 beats per minute. However, the measure your exercise intensity or your as this will be dependent on your age and ability. However, because of the customary high heart rate response and low RPE, you can often Nordic walk at a higher intensity for longer and with more ease than in many other types of training, and achieve your fitness target with little stress and less sweat. Benefit at a glance: heart rate is 5 to 17 beats per minute higher. For example, in normal walking, heart rate is 130 beat minute, and in Nordic walking 147 beat minute. For example, increase is 30%. Energy consumption increases when using poles by an average of 20% compared with ordinary walking without poles. Release pain and muscle tension in the neck and shoulders. Reduces the load on knees and other joints. Choosing pole. If you are going to give Nordic walking a try, the first thing you need to do is get yourself some poles. When buying poles, look out for grip comfort. Well padded wrist strap for long walk in interchangeable grip system. Guarantee flexibility and comfort. Lightweight so they can swing comfortably. Changeable angle spike cut tip Many have hard metal tips which are good for stability on natural terrain and removable rubber cover for walking on road and pavements. Adjustable height make them easier to store and share. Before you begin walking, always adjust your poles to the correct length and good stock absorption. A high carbon content in the glass fiber carbon blend result in better shock absorption and therefore greater comfort. Find the right pole height. Nordic walking pole should be about 70% of your body height. They are quite tall, but this is to ensure maximum forward thrust. To calculate the correct pole height for you, follow the example formula. Your height in cm into 0.68, pole length are guarded in 5 cm 2 inch interval, so round up to the nearest 5 cm. The rule of thumb is that when you hold the grip with the tip on the ground, your elbow should be at an angle of approximately 90 degrees. So correct pole technique. With Nordic walking poles, the absorption of the arms movement is channeled to the pole tip by means of a properly adjusted wrist strap rather than by a tight hand grip on the poles themselves, as this allows the pole to swing and ensure a fluid, flexible type of stride and motion when walking. 1. Place your hand in the strap, which look a bit like fingerless gloves, and you are usually attached to the pole with a trigger release mechanism. Hold the pole at the base of thumb and base of the index finger and rest the remaining fingers slightly on the grip. Second, when holding the poles, lean very slightly forward with your shoulder down and look up and straight in front of you. Keep the poles close to the body, pointed diagonally backward at all times. 3. The hand should grip the pole every time it is planted in the ground and then let go as the pole is drawn back behind the body. Finishing with an open hand. The strap will keep the pole in position as you release your hold. 4. With each forward step, place the pole in the ground to the side of you so that you then walk past it and the pole arm extend and strengthen. The rule of thumb is that with Nordic walking, the pole spend most of the time behind you and diagonally pointing back. 5. Do not forget to plant the pole into the ground at every step, as merely swinging the pole back and forth will not benefit your workout as much as planning your pole and levering off it with every step. Putting it all together, with good Nordic walking technique, you are aiming to increase the work of the upper body, slightly exaggerating your normal walking movement, but without compromising on your natural rhythm. 1. Start with a posture check. Look up, engage the core, breathe with the diaphragm and open out your chest. Relax your shoulder and with your arms hanging loosely by your sides. Keep your hands open and allow the strap to hold the poles. Second, start to walk forward with a fluid stride, checking that you have to correct foot technique, which will give your calf muscle a good workout. The heel should hit the ground first before you roll through to the ball of the foot and push off with the toes as you propel yourself forward into the next step. Third, once you feel comfortable with your stride, start to swing your arms from the shoulder, elbow bent at a right angle, keeping them quite close to the body for a compact and streamlined movement. Each time you take a step, The opposite arm should swing forward to waist height, no higher. Keep your hands open at the point so that the poles are held by the strap and concentrate instead on arms and leg coordination. 4. When you are happy with this, take hold of the poles lightly in your hands on the forward arm swing. Gently grip the pole and plant it into the ground a little behind the heel of the advancing foot. 5. As you walk forward and your body passes the pole, you need to push off with the trailing arm. As the pole is drawn back behind the body, you should release the grip and open the hand. This creates a greater stretch in your arms and greater spinal rotation. 6. With a little practice, you should soon be able to coordinate the legs, arms, and poles so that the movement feel fluid and natural. There should be a clear swing of the hips and shoulder, and they should be in a counter swinging motion with the lower body. It is a common mistake for beginner to combine a right arm and a right leg, but it should always be a pair of opposite right leg left arm. 7. When walking uphill, you use the same basic technique as for flat terrain but lean forward into the gradient as you would for hill walking. The leverage you get from the poles is great for powering you up to the top. Walking uphill is a little different as you should keep the pole behind you rather than planting them in front. So that can provide support if you lose your footing. This is great for stability and really means you can control your descent. Like regular walking, it is also a good idea to bend your knees so that you lower your center of gravity, especially on steep slope. Exercise for everyone. One of the great strengths of Nordic walking is its accessibility, as people of all ages and fitness level can do it comfortably, and safety. The pole provides great stability for those who are no longer quite so steady on their feet, and there are even techniques that can adapt to arthritis in the hands and upper arms. Axe runners love it high intensity and low impact, which mean they are maintain their fitness level, and anyone who has been really relatively inactive for a while can take it up with confidence. Mall walking. Mall walking or mall exercise as it is sometimes called was born in the USA 50 years ago when the first ever completely undercover shopping center was opened in Minnesota. Local doctors began to advise their cardiac patients to exercise there as a part of their recovery program, and it has since grown in popularity to such an extent that there are now believed to be over 1 million people mall walking across the United States. Mall walking has recently started to spread throughout the rest of the world as health professionals and exercisers alike are realizing the benefits of having an indoor walking venue. Especially during the winter months, some shopping centers are even offering special membership programs where members receive incentives such as early opening times, store discounts, education speakers, and special map of the mall that make it easy to track your distance on each level, regardless of whether there is a specially set up mall walking group or membership program in your area. This really is a fantastic way to keep walking. Most shopping centers are open 7 days a week. You can go early or late to avoid the crowds, and you don't need to worry about what the weather is doing outside, so you can avoid the pitfalls of wind, rain, snow, and intense heat at the same time. You won't have to breathe in noxious traffic fumes or worry about crossing road. And if you are walking alone, you can be assured of your personal safety as there as are people around, shop open and security guard on duty. The downside the mall walking is that it can become a little tedious walking around a lab that even in the largest of center is at best 1.6 kilometer 1 mile long, although there is always the benefit of window shopping at the same time. Another drawback is that the floor are mostly concentrated and repetitive. Walking on a hard surface will take its toll on your shins. Make absolutely sure that your footwear provides good cushioning to absorb the shock and replace your shoes before they wear out to avoid injury. When mall walking, it is important to set yourself goal. Otherwise, you could find yourself walking around in circle with no real purpose. Before you start, find out to the distance of each circuit and set yourself for the target number of laps to complete in each session and a target distance to build up to. Gradually increase your distance each time you walk, and when you have achieved your target, try to improve on your time. Keep setting yourself new goals as you progress. If you would like to be part of a mall walking group but can't find one in your local area, consider setting up your own. Talk to your local council as they are always willing to listen to ideas for new health initiative. Hill walking up hills on through hilly terrain can be a thoroughly stimulating and fulfilling experiences. It's wonderful to be out in the countryside breathing in the fresh air, but there are serious fitness benefits to be enjoyed too. Adding a gradient to your walking route significantly increases your workload and calories expenditure, and believe it or not, even walking back down the hills uses more energy than if you were walking on flat ground, and it really works those legs. If you don't believe me, try wearing a heart rate monitor next time you tackle a hill. I guarantee you will be amazed at just how quickly your heart rate responds to the challenges. Moving your body weight up a gradient dramatically increases the load on your muscles and require you to put in much more effort on really steep incline. It's not unusual for even a fit person's heart rate to increase by about 20%. And going downhill, you really have to contract your legs muscle to work against gravity and slow down your descent. Hill walking require a slightly different technique. Simply to work with the terrain, lean forward into the slope to keep your balance and take slightly shorter stride lengths as you climb uphill, because this makes the quadriceps, the large muscles of your thighs, do most of the hard work. Going down steep slopes can be a strain of your fragile knees and hip joints. Take smaller steps and don't lean backward. Bend the knees slightly so that they don't lock and become stiff. And if the gradient is especially steep, waves down in hairpin bands, which should prevent you from skidding. Nature was greater, giving us hills for all level of ability, so you can choose the difficulty level of your walk by the size and distance of your hills. Start small, gradually building your fitness, navigation skills, and confidence. There really isn't anything more satisfying than reaching the top of a big hill and seeing how far you have come and the magnificent view. Hiking. Hiking is countryside walking that is often done as part of a group. This group may follow a set route using marked paths and national parks. You will be able to find out about your appropriate group by looking in the phone directory, or if you want to walk alone, you can find out about route by picking up a free leaflet from your local tourist information center or national parks office. The real appeal of hiking is getting out in the fresh air in beautiful surrounding and walking a route through very terrain that you can tailor to your level of fitness. Joining a hiking group has some great benefits too. You will find it much easier to motivate yourself. First, to go out of for your walk, and second, to walk for longer and further with the encouragement of others. There are also great social benefits, as you will make new friends and share experiences with other members of the group. Safety of rural walks. Whether you are walking alone or with a group, you should know your route before you set out. Take a map and compass. You make sure you know how to use them. These skills are very easily learned from a friend or members of the group. Make sure you are wearing the appropriate clothing for your walk. Check the weather forecast before you set out. The higher the hill you are climbing, the more unpredictable the weather may be. So be prepared with all weather clothing. It is easy mistake to underestimate the amount of time you may be out when hill walking, which may mean you get caught out on the hill after dark. Remember that you move at a much slower speed when walking uphill than when you are on level ground. Always estimate beforehand how long you think a walk should take and allow plenty of time. If walking in a group, always plan your route according to the ability of the weakest member. Always take your mobile phone with you when you are walking to remote areas. In the event of an emergency, it will save valuable time if you are able to contact the emergency service immediately. Although mobile network signal can be non-existent in some rural areas. If so, you may have to make your way to public telephone. Do you know the country code? If you are going to walking out and about in the countryside and crossing land that belongs to farmers, you should follow the country code. This little effort will help to ensure that this land stay open and available for everyone to enjoy for years to come. Leave gates and property as you find them. Protect plants and animals and take your litter home. Keep dogs under close control. Consider other people. Race walking. If you are the competitive type or feel that you would like to work towards a significant goal, then race walking may be for you. People who race walk can range from highly trained athletes to charity walkers, often found holding their own in the middle of the local fundraising fun run. Although racing should be enjoyable, a good race does take through planning, and it is well worth embarking on a proper training schedule before you start. Race walking is becoming increasingly popular as people realize that it is much gentler on your joint than high impact running, and yet it is every bit as challenging and technically demanding as running a marathon. The big difference between race walking and running is that the competitor has to remain in contact with the ground at all times, and as the comfort legs hit the ground, it should be straight and remain straight until the knee passes under the body. Judges can give faults and disqualify the race walker if they feel that their technique is incorrect. If you are interested in race walking, you should find out about your local club and what races you could train for locally. It might be best to start with a fun charity race and work your way up. Who knows, maybe you will walk the marathon. Walking holidays. Walking holidays are a great way to keep fit and unwind, and also give you the opportunity to see parts of the world on a much more personal level than if you were on a package deal on sightseeing in your car. There is so much choice these days. You can walk in almost every country of the world for short or long trips, alone or in a group, with or without a guide, etc. The list is endless. You could choose a gentle walking environment or set yourself a challenge with ambitious walking train, such as in the Alps or the Himalayas. Whatever you decide to do, check beforehand how fit you need to be for each itinerary so that you can select a holiday that suits your level of ability. Decide whether you want to be based on one place or move on each night, and whether you want to carry all your luggage on your back or have Potter to take the load. If you think about all the detail before you go, then you won't be in for any nasty surprises, and you will find that there is truly no more inspiring or exhilarating way to experience the most captivating places in the world. You will almost certainly return home with a real sense of achievement. Charity walks. If you fancy the idea of having a reason to get walking but are not sure you are ready for race walking, why not try a charity walk? This is less competitive, and the aim is to complete a set course or your own goal. Rather than walk at speed, you can walk at your own pace around the course and even walk with family and friends. The real wounds of charity walk is that while you are getting fit, you are also helping to raise money for a deserving charity. You usually find your pay and entrance fee for the race, or that the fee will be waived if you collect a minimum amount of sponsorship. If there is a particular charity that you would like to raise some money for, why not contact them and find out if there is an event planned in your local area. Treadmills. Unfortunately, treadmills don't allow you to enjoy the benefit of the great outdoors. But on days when the weather is really bad, they provide the ideal solution. In fact, treadmills are very useful pieces of equipment, as most are designed with preset programs that allow you to follow a cardiovascular or fat burning workout that stimulate all different kind of trainers. Many will also calculate your heart rate, speed and pace, and even count how many calories you have burned, and you can constantly keep an eyes on your intensity level by looking down at the control panel in front of you. Treadmills are sprung and are therefore much softer and easier to walk on than a hard road, and place less strain on your joints. However, this also means that on a flat setting, the treadmill doesn't require the same level of exertion from you as outdoor trainers, and therefore it is a good idea to set it on a slight incline to ensure that you are walking at the same intensity as you would outdoors. When using a treadmill, the trick is to start off slowly and increase your speed gradually. Let go of the handrail only when you feel confident, and then don't forget to pump your arms. Mostly gym equipment is positioned in front of full length mirrors, so take the opportunity to check your posture and technique. When you are ready to get off the machine, reduce the speed slowly and take a minute for your body to adapt to a non-moving floor. If you walk away too quickly, your legs may feel a little wobbly. So today we have covered the topic how to which way to walk. So which way walk? There is so many options like hiking, Nordic, racing, charity racing, and there is so many options to reduce weight and help to others. So if you join any membership, so you can join, so you get more confidence and more enjoyable the all moments. So today we now close the topic which way to walk. So I hope you like and enjoy the videos and audio. So there is so many options to weight loss. So if you not subscribed yet, so please subscribe and get more notification. So bye bye, take care, have a good day, thanks for watching, bye bye.